Hi everyone, welcome to this video on how to prepare for decision making for that. A lot of you have been asking me to do something on this, and while you watch this video, also head over to the Arun Sharma Academy for the course on calculations which I have released. Usko bhi dekh lo. That is in Hindi for all aptitude exams. Not the full course. I've released the first video of that course, so you can have a look at that also. So coming back to this decision making, a lot of you have been asking me for doing a strategy session on decision making, how to prepare for it, etc. So while I've done a strategy overall strategy for how to crack that, I have not done a specific strategy on decision making for that. So that's what I wanted to do in this video. So of course, all of you, I hope, realize the importance of decision making. It's a key strategic section specifically, not only from the number side, but also from the point of view that of the fact that if you look at the ZAT DM, DM is the one area which is coming in as a wild card in your ZAT game, in the sense that अगर तुम verbal का बात करो या cons की बात करो, the other two sections, cons GI and verbal and RC, these two sections of ZAT are already frozen in your skill level. Your skill level is already frozen there. So if you are good at cons for CAT, you will also be good at cons for DI for ZAT. If you're bad at verbal in CAT, you will be bad at verbal in ZAT, and vice versa. If you're good at verbal in CAT, you will be good automatically in verbal here. If you're bad in quants for CAT, you will be bad in quants in ZAT, because they're very similar feel. So this section provides you an opportunity to add, if you have one strength and one weakness in the other two sections, this section provides you the clinching opportunity to create the second strong section. And why this section is easy to do is because it's completely common sense. So it's not just the numbers. The numbers, of course, are there. There are 21 questions in decision making expected this year, and out of 21 questions, if you can get through 12 to 15, if you can take a score of 12 to 15 from the DM section, and you know that ZAT requires around 35, 40 plus, you are safe in ZAT. So अगर तुम 12 to 15 DM में score कर लेते हो out of 21, so the remaining 54 questions में से you just have to score around 25. So your target score goes down from around 60% of the paper to around 50%, less than 50% in the remaining. So the pressure goes off the other sections because of this section. So it's a very important section from that viewpoint. And since you are doing decision making mostly for the first time, so you need to understand what the decision making section is. As I said, it's a very high scoring section, but you need to get the gist of how to solve the question. There's always one clear answer. There's always one right answer, like it is in RC. But although the section will give you a feel of RC, because there'll be a caselet followed by a set of questions based on that caselet, and most of it is RC based or comprehension based. So you have to understand what the caselet is, etc. But it is still not RC because there's a difference in the way you solve and the way the way you solve and the way you think in a decision making question to get to the right answer. And apart from the logical or the situational based decision making situations, you also get something called quantitative decision making situations. Maybe you get one set of that in some years. So 2 to 3, 4 questions will be on quantitative decision making, and there the feel is very much like a data interpretation question. But these are not DI or not LR, not RC questions. Reason is mainly because the answer is not based on interpretation. The answer is based on thinking differently, and that context, what is very critical, that when you read a DM question, you have to understand, or you have to ask yourself the question: what is the key problem? What is the key problem in the situation, and what is the objective with which you are trying to solve this problem? So, for example, let's say in the same situation, two people might have different objectives, and hence who's solving the problem or who's trying to create a solution to the problem is going to be an important aspect of what decision will be taken. So if a company is facing a financial crisis, and you're talking to the financial manager, his perspective on the decision will be very different from the marketing and sales manager's perspective. So the financial manager's perspective will be focused on cost cutting in the same situation, and the marketing and sales manager's perspective will be focused on raising revenues in the same this thing. And in a market situation, in a business situation, if you want to raise revenues, your decision will be totally different versus if you want to reduce costs. So the decision you will take will be totally different in the same situation. So although the case will be the same, you need to ask yourself, first of all, you need to define the problem, and then you need to ask yourself this second question: from whose perspective are you solving this question? From whose perspective are you trying to take a decision in the situation? And hence, when you define the who, the objective comes out. Okay, what should this guy's objective be? And that's where the question comes in. Otherwise, it feels very much like a reading comprehension caselet or a passage when you're solving something on decision making. It feels very much like a decision making, like a reading comprehension caselet, but it is not. In fact, one thing that also differentiates is the caselets of decision making from the caselets of from the passages of RC is the fact that the decision making caselets have very, very quick reads. There's some cases which are just one paragraph long, 300 words, and you get 4 questions on that. So it's a huge opportunity. That's the reason I tell you it's a very high scoring section. So do this section well, and I think if you do the last 10-12 years of that papers well, you should be ready with the decision making questions and how to tackle that. And I'll be coming up with some problem solving videos on this. Maybe one session I'll do with 3 or 4 problems solved to show you what I meant with respect to this particular slide, that you have to look at the who is solving the problem, what the problem is, identifying the perspective of the person who we are solving the problem for, and what is the objective of that person. So that's it for me now. Do subscribe to the channel, and do look forward to coming. I do look forward to bringing out more content for you here. Chalo, bye bye for now.